There it is. That sweet, sweet free grit.
We need to pull the truck up here. This is stupid. I was like, oh, we just started to raise more of our own food, and we got chickens and eggs and layers, and raised meat birds, and now we're trying to do pigs. And he's like, I think we're doing the right thing.
And how they weren't necessary.
Yeah. On our way to go pick up some straw. We are about right on time. Just around the corner. I'm gonna spare this guy filming him since I don't know him and this is a new relationship. Maybe I'll film the straw pickup next time. But we just gotta go around the corner. They're square bales. I don't know how much I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna get what can fit, I guess, because we have a place to store it. That's where we're headed.
We've got lots of hay or straw or whatever that is back there. We just have to go like a mile up the road, but Rob is chatting. I don't think you can see him. There he is in the rearview mirror. He is chatting with the guy that we just met through a friend, and it's just so cool to unveil this circle of farmers that have, you know, their own network, and there's just really a local like community feel when the further you get into this lifestyle, and I think that's one of the things that we love the most. So we're making a new connection, and it's gonna be great. We're getting pigs.
We stacked 11 bales back there. Lizzie,
That guy was gonna keep going, but I don't think we need any more.
Lizzie keeps going, why do we need all this? I'm like, we need it. The only other place we've ever gotten it from is Rural King, and they're small bales, and they're they're definitely more expensive than this. And who knows where that's coming from? This is coming from over there. So, like that. Is Lizzie gonna pull up into the mud? I don't know.
Way too muddy for that.
Alright, now time to stack some straw. These are way bigger than the Rural ones. We need to pull the truck up here. This is stupid. It's not bad right there. Oh, there all the way. What do? I don't want to scrape the truck on branches anyway. This is another thing we have to do. We better stack it this way. Whatever keeps it out of the elements the most.
It is going to be 68 degrees today. It's just gonna make me want spring to be here. It's nice to have a little distraction, to be preparing for something, and be outside all day.
Doesn't this feel cool? A place to stack bales.
Sure.
He just made me feel better because he's like, I think you guys are doing the right thing. So I told him we were raised. He's like, what do you do? You know, besides if you don't work at the dealership. I was like, oh, we just started to raise more of our own food, and we got chickens and eggs and layers, and raised meat birds, and now we're trying to do pigs. And he's like, I think you're doing the right thing. The more that you can stay out of the grocery store, the better. I was like, we were just talking about how we're starting to really limit how much of stuff we have to get there. Like grain is a big one, and coffee and half-naff, but I told him that we go to Sweetgrass for our milk and some other stuff. He knew who they were and knows them. He's like, yep, that's the way it needs to be.
Yeah, we're actually gonna head there. We're gonna put one of these bales over in the chicken coop because we need it for their nesting boxes and whatnot, and then we're gonna head out and go over to Sweetgrass and get some milk and some soap, and we get various things there like breakfast sausage and ground beef, and every once in a while we'll get pork chops or a skirt steak or something like that, or some heavy cream. They've got raw cheese, they've got so much stuff.
Cheeks. Wonder if I can throw my pine shavings on top of that. The ones that we got from the feed store were way better. I was like, these are more, when we got it, I was like, these are more expensive. Because it was like closer to $10 for theirs, but it's double the size, and they were like packed and way harder, and they were more fluffy. When I dumped one down there yesterday, and I was like, this is not that much compared to what, I don't know. There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, I'm already thinking like, where can we go to like buy a cattle panel that's like not a giant box store, and like those rings that you can, the metal rings that you can use for raised beds and stuff. Like there has to be a more direct source that you can go to, right? Like a small business, or you know, maybe it's a big business but it's locally owned and operated.
Well, you ask these guys around here.
That's the thing, is that there's a network. The more further we get in to this lifestyle, there's a network, a community. I was talking about that while you were talking to that guy.
I feel like we've been doing everything the city slicker way.
You start to realize, yeah, like that there's this whole other community and society that operates outside of the big box stores. And I feel like a lot of the other YouTubers that we watch, you know, they buy stuff from large companies that they have to like order it in, you know, it's not a local system at all.
Yeah, well, a lot of those guys are in the mountains and stuff.
And they're getting organic, you know. We're not necessarily, like the feed store that we're going to doesn't have organic, they have non-GMO stuff, but which is fine for where we're at. We're not gonna be super picky about that. We would rather have the local source, freshly, you know, milled option with a local business. It's what's working for us right now. And it's available to us. I don't know that that's available everywhere. A local mill that's been, you know, in operation and standing for, I think, over 100 years, right?
Yeah.
Hi, ladies.
See how they are not so much eating their roasted soy?
Oh, they don't like this soybean. I wonder if last time it was all non-GMO because we said non-GMO.
No, they were kind of also picking around them last time, I think.
Yeah, they don't look like they like them at all. Maybe that's just because they don't need...
Also, I'm feeding them less. I'm feeding them what they're supposed to. They don't have free choice to just eat the good stuff out all day. So by the end of the day, they'll have eaten some of this stuff. They're like, ah, now we gotta eat our peas.
Yeah, this is a mess. So what we've determined is that there is a drainage spot from up here that, let's see if we can find it. It's like in the worst possible spot. Oh, there it is. So it's right here. And it's draining stuff out and literally like right into their space here. You know what? I'm wondering if it's as mucky and muddy down here, maybe we should try to move.
Already thought about making
and make that a garden. Yeah.
Thought about it. I'm into it. I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm into it right now. What was my reasoning to not do it? I don't think I have one actually.
It's pretty mucky down here though too, actually. We're just kind of finding that the soil doesn't drain well. It feels like maybe we're sitting on top of water. Like we're on the top of a pretty big hill and we're just all the way uphill. The house kind of is on the top. It actually goes up a little bit more back there in that pasture. We don't know how to remedy that. We don't know if it just takes time with animals working the soil or if we need some better drainage techniques or what. We're trying to be methodical about where we want the garden. We need a dog run so that the dogs can just get let out. We need a really great space for the chicken run where we can, oh, cockfight.
Mine's bigger, cock.
We need to like frame in the base of the chicken run so that we can have a good amount of wood chips down deep bedding. Because right now they're just sinking into the wet soil and it's like, you know, down here it's a little bit more dry and they're not quite doing that. Although I think they're getting really deep down here. Hi. They're just kind of getting drained down this way when this gets all mucky. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be really cool. We ate our own eggs for breakfast. We ate our own chicken for lunch. This fall, we're gonna be eating our own pork for dinner. Obviously not every day. We are gonna go down to the stream and get some little rocks and pebbles for the grit for the chickens, and we're gonna walk right by this little orchard here. Somebody planted a few things. We have no idea if any of them are gonna make it. They seem a little dry. I'm just hoping that nothing, like the fruit trees aren't budding yet. Like these trees up here by the house that we're gonna trim this afternoon are already budding. I don't see any buds here on the orchard, which is good because we need to paint everything with bone sauce from over at Perma Pasture Farms before anything buds. But I don't know if any of these are alive, Rob. We seem pretty dry and brittle. I think that one looks a little alive.
Oh. Oh man, that's unfortunate. I thought this one looked good and I was like, oh. Did you hear that?
I heard it. I don't know if they can hear it, but Ben the hen, who's been the rooster now, turns out, is starting to crow finally. He got all sorts of confused being raised with the meat birds, but he's hilarious. He sounds like a teenager and it's just so cute. I love it. We need to dig this out. It's pretty nice the rest of the way up, but then once you get to right here, it comes to the driveway
its own way.
and it just starts going across, which in the winter it turns to ice and it's not great. There is a pipe, a drainage pipe down here somewhere, so it just needs dug out all the way down. And then I think that might pop out over here somewhere. So it needs dug out over there as well. A little work there. This needs cleaned up over time. Lots of beautiful land here. It's extremely windy though. That's my only complaint. There it is. That sweet, sweet free grit.
They might choke on one like this though.
And this is my future swimming hole. I'm thinking about jumping in it today. It's gonna be 68 degrees. I thought a nice cold plunge. Oh, that would be cool.
When I say we're doing stuff the city slicker way,
Oh, that's cold.
grit is definitely something I believe we were doing the city slicker way. Because we were paying like $8 or $10 for a bag of freaking.
We didn't have a place like this to get it from before. You know? That's a lot of grit.
I'm hoping to not do this all the time. They go through a lot of grit. It's getting more expensive than feed. Cool. What a joy. Are we going to skinny dip?
No, we gotta get our water shoes on.
Ooh, that might feel great.
It's icy.
What do you think? 3 feet deep right there?
At
We need to get
least,
that.
maybe 4 feet.
I'm gonna cut that.
Do we have any clippers, or do we
Yeah.
just need to bring the chainsaw down?
Yeah, maybe both. Now, what if we dug this out even more with the
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
rigging swimming hole that was flowing swimming hole. We haven't walked down through this at all. This is pretty clean water in here.
Super clean.
I'm gonna come down here and find some salamanders.
We need to clean up, you know, from up there, that stretch coming down through here, and down here we'll be able to play all in here in the summertime.
Hello. I got you great.
Anybody hungry for
What do you
some
want?
rocks?
Rock salad. Rock salad.
Nobody? Here goes Stan. Stan needs some rocks.
There we go.
Hey, his frostbite's totally gone. I don't think it did fall off.
Some of it did.
That thing's looking good, Stan.
His feathers are so pretty. The
Stan the man.
ones on the back are like purple, iridescent in the right light.
Mm-hmm.
Like blue and green and purple. You're good looking. He might be a glorious
So
creature.
there's Ben. Oh, he's showing off his stuff. We got him with the second round of meat birds last year, right? And he was a surprise bird. So he was smaller than all of the hens that we had gotten with the first round of meat birds. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so we kept him in with the meat birds because we were afraid that the hens that were already a few weeks old, oh, so many died. That's what happened. We had so many die that they sent us replacements, and we just said make them Cornish cross so that they grow, you know, in the same amount of time as the Red Rangers that we had. And they sent a surprise, another surprise with him, and it was just, it was awful. He learned to eat like a meat bird, which is why he's huge, I think, and all of his instincts just kind of went out the window because the meat birds are the Cornish cross, you know, they're just kind of like they're meatballs. They don't have all the instincts that the heritage breed, like the Red Rangers, were hard. They were hard. They were very active. They were hard to raise. Their instincts kicked in. They were trying to mount the Cornish cross. Any female Red Rangers that there were, it was kind of gruesome there at the end. We will not do that again. Do not put Cornish cross and Red Rangers in together and try to grow them up together. But we do love Red Rangers. We're gonna raise more. Yuck. Well, it was an absolutely gorgeous day. This lighting is just wonderful. Rob's getting our coffee cups ready for the AM.
Somebody's gotta do it.
It's dropping, what, 40 degrees overnight?
Yeah, now we're lighting a fire. I was with my shirt off all day. And now we're starting a fire.
That's Ohio for you. We are headed to bed. We are gonna catch you guys on the next video.